Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dorothy Cornelius. I am a Ghanaian living in Canada. I am all about positivity. I talk about everything and every other thing. If this is your first time here on my channel, Akwaba, and if you are returning, hey, my fellow papa, welcome back. So today's video is going to be pretty short and straight to the point. I'm going to talk about how I was able to fund my studies here in Canada. I didn't come here on scholarship. I actually paid through my teeth and I'm still paying, trust me. So if you are on this journey to doing it by yourself with the help of your helpers from God, family, and just a few money here and there, savings here and there, then this video is for you. Stick and stay.
If you ride with me, I gotta work for the both of us. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry in the love.
Welcome back, and let's jump right into it. We all know that studying abroad is kind of tough. It's not a secret. Even if it's a secret, it's an open secret. Everybody knows that if you're not coming to school abroad on scholarship, it is really, really hard to put funds together. I mean, if you're from the elite of elite, still, you're going to feel it because the school fees here, accommodation, and other things that come into place, it's no joke. So honestly, coming to school in Canada, even though it was part of my dreams, like schooling abroad, not specifically in Canada, I knew that I would really have to, work harder if I had plans of, coming in. But it wasn't really clear till I actually had a conversation with a friend that was over here. We had a conversation, and these are the first few things that he told me that helped me on my journey to come here to school. Make sure you have your certificates with you, make sure you have your transcript, make sure you go back to get your English proficiency attestation, whatever things that your recommendation letters, because these things come to you naturally because you're already working, and put them aside. That those are not the problem. The problem, the problem is the money, the funding. For 1 year tuition fee was about 20,000 Canadian dollars. And I knew that day when I saw, I was like, whoop, this is not happening for me, because at that point I couldn't connect to how I was going to make that money. Back in Ghana, I was a media personality. I was working on at a TV station at a point. Then I moved to radio, and apart from that, everything I had to do with media, brand promotions, commercials, and everything. So yes, I was pretty much okay getting money from that. And as a single young adult in Ghana, a female, like I mean, I was pretty much okay living within my means. I was okay. Yeah, it was pretty much comfortable for me. With that dream of me coming to study abroad, I knew that it would take more than just what I was making. If we are talking about 20,000 Canadian dollars, what I was making was not anywhere close. So the next thing I decided to do was to look for a second job, and I got that through a friend of my family friend of mine. And the reason why that job even came about was the fact that I have history of sales and marketing. I did business in secondary school, so I have that kind of, on paper, I have business in my blood, but I'm a creative person. That is the side I chose to go with, in my career. At that point, knowing that this is the dream and this is the goal, I decided to take it on, and I became a sales consultant for a real estate company, which was not easy at all, because I knew I had skills when it comes to presentations, public speaking, and everything. But I feel like real estate took my confidence from here to here, because media, it depends on the program you're doing. If you're doing a program for youth, the language is different. But with real estate, it is business. You're talking to people that own multinational companies, people that don't waste time. So with the training and the intensity of it, of being a sales consultant in the real estate industry, spoke change, my dressing, the discipline. Now my dream was becoming a reality to me, because if I'm supposed to be going out to be selling a home of about $300,000, you think 20,000 Canadian dollars will now be like a monster that I cannot kill? Hell to the no. Today I'm talking about money, so you know what? I'm wearing green, honey. I know. So let's get back into it. So yes, 3 years in the real estate industry changed my perception. I mean, I was able to make sales. The first year, I couldn't sell nothing. Sheng bang. I couldn't sell nada. But after my first year, my second year, that was when I started things started picking up for me, and my negotiation skills took a next turn. I was able to close sales, bring in revenue, and it was, it gave me the confidence, the boost. And now my dream was getting closer and closer. Now I was able to save up, and the saving was now making sense to me. Before I sold my car, I turned it into a commercial vehicle. Back then where I used to live, the Uber app wasn't working that much, so a lot of people were taking taxis. So I started to, sacrifice my car, turn into a taxi, and get something out of it. So that also helped with my savings. I moved from my comfortable space to face me, I slap you kind of house. Not even a house, face me, I slap you kind of room, because the dream was to save up and fund my studies here in Obodo Yibo, Canada. Do you get it? So this dream was making sense to me. I didn't really tell people around me because Canada was my first travel. And trust me, I was so nervous. Even though I was brave on the outside and confident and praying that everything goes through for me, trust me, I was so nervous on the inside. So I couldn't even break the news to any of my family members, or, I mean, just a few people that had an idea about me wanting to travel. But as to what plans I'm making towards it, it was always vague and sketchy because I just didn't know how to say it. I mean, you're putting all your savings in one thing. Honey, it's a risk that if you're taking, you don't wish to tell anybody. To a point, I thought I wasn't going to get it because I deferred twice, because anytime it was time for me to come to school, my money wasn't adding up. My money wasn't adding up at all. So I was able to save up to a semester's fee, including accommodation, every other thing. I was like, I think this is the right time to go to school, because now I have enough funding, enough on my side. I realized that till you talk about your issues, nobody's gonna know about it. So I decided to talk about my issues, tell a few people that I knew that can help me, influence me, point me in a direction, whatever it is they could help me with. I told them, and people responded. Some people, gave me, gifts. Some people gave me money. Some people, made promises and everything, which at due time they fulfilled. I'll say they were my helpers from God. But even though they were helpers, sometimes you got to ask that help before it comes through. And I wasn't shy because I knew the journey I was embarking on. All this time, my family members were still in the dark because it was still a risk. I had not really traveled anywhere in particular apart from Nigeria. I've not even been to Togo before. So this was my first international travel. So have this thing that you used to stay back at home, that your travel history also helps when you're traveling outside the country. That is when you know you will come back and everything. I had not even been to Dubai. So trust me, I was so nervous to a point. Canada Embassy will show you shaggy. When my visa came through, people that helped with tickets, people that helped me pack, my friends that helped me along the line. Oh my God, it's bringing me back to the point where I always say it, that sometimes you have to start that journey before people can actually help you. Yes, you have to start it for people to see how important it is to you, then they can actually add on to it. In my case, I had to start my journey. I had to do it to a point, even though I didn't know where help was coming from. I knew what I believed in, and I just took that step and I started working towards it. Yes, it took more than 2 years to get to where I am, especially to come here, but those 2 years didn't feel like 2 years when I was working towards it. Maybe yours might even be less. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, exactly. So that is me and how I was able to, fund my studies here. So when I got in here, that was when I told my family members. My aunt here in the States has been, oh my God, my second mommy. She has been, I mean, a gift sent from God to me over here. I got financial aid from school as well. Sometimes you can get close to 2,000 Canadian dollars from financial aid. Yes, and sometimes it boils down to your GPA. That is where I want to say this. Sometimes we come to school and we know we just want to just do whatever, get a passing grade and come in and get a passing grade and move on to the next level. But trust me, if you're able to get a strong GPA, you are open to so many things. Getting a strong GPA over here and learning like I'm crazy over here, gives me more financial options, financial assistance options, because my GPA is to another level. So if whatever assistance I'm looking for, there's a cutoff point when it comes to GPA, I qualify. So you don't see the need. So anytime I see new students coming in, I always say this: try and make sure you learn to the best and get the best GPA ever. Yes, the passing grade is over 50, right? Over 50%. If you get 50% and above, 65, yeah, you're good. But if you can get 85, you can get up to a 90, please, please do it, because you don't know when it can actually help you in other fields. And in my case, coming in here, knowing that I'm already spending so much alone all by myself, using my savings, I knew there was no way, I can come here and just be mediocre. I just put in my best, make sure my GPA was always somewhere on top there. Even in my lowest, I'm above the passing grade, at least. I mean, even if I'm not a brightest student, I forced to get it. And this actually helped me when I was applying for financial assistance on campus, because there are requirements to this. And it actually helped me. In all, for my funding, it was me, my jobs back in Ghana, my net worth, people in my net working space, media, real estate. When I got here, it was family, friends, loved ones, financial aid from school. And I cannot go this without adding the God factor in it: God's favor, grace, and mercy upon my life. Help me. I don't know what you believe in, but I believe in God. And honey, He came through for me on all these things, because I feel like talking to somebody and a person out of the blue wanting to help you take money out, give it to you to support whatever goal you want to do with your life, honey, it has to do with some intervention, divine intervention from God, because money is not easy to come by, So yes, the God factor as well. I feel like I was disciplined, I was determined. Those factors come in place, but God's favor upon my life actually helped at a point. Came at a point where this law was passed, this regulation, this new rule was passed, that students were now given the mandates to work for more than 20 hours. We're able to work full time, 40 hours in a week. I feel like I came in at the right time. So that actually also helped me. Going to work for 20 hours, I was able to secure 2 jobs that gave me up to or close to 40 hours. These are the elements that help me, finance or fund my studies here in Canada. I'm in my 3rd semester. I am almost done. I have a co-op to do in summer, and I come back to do my final semester. It's not easy. The journey is ongoing, but I am close to the finish line. And these are the things that help me make this academic journey possible for me. People are on scholarships, people are having it a bit easy, and that is fine. I'm happy for everybody, but I'm just trying to say that if you're looking for scholarship and you cannot get it, it is still possible for you to come in here and study if that is your dream. You just have to have that discipline and do what you must. Cut down what you need to cut down. Let people laugh at you. At a point, people were laughing at me. I didn't really care that all of a sudden you don't have a car media personality. My brand was actually also moving gradually, steadily, and you don't have a car. Well, I knew what I was chasing after, so it made sense to just me as at that time. If I allowed the pressures, if I allowed the pressures, I don't think I'll be here. So sometimes, your dreams will only make sense to you. So I feel like it always boils down to how bad you want it. So how bad do you wish to come here and study in Canada? If you know the answer to your question, trust me, nothing will stop you. Yeah, yes, I think I'm confident enough to share this piece of me with you. My name once again is Dorothy Cornelius. Please do well to subscribe to my channel, like, share, comment on this video. Till I see you again in my next video, it is au revoir from me to you.
If you ride with me, I gotta work for the both of us. I'll put you in the driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry in the love. When you ride with me, driver's seat. Don't gotta hurry now, cause we stay in control in the name of love.